All right, light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to it. If you've never been here before and you just happen to stumble into our dark corner of YouTube this evening, then let me introduce myself. My name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and this is Michael Myers Monday Live, our weekly gathering, discussion, hangout, general geek fest, and celebration with our fellow friends and Halloween movie franchise fans, Michael Myers fanatics, and everything in between. So welcome if you're new here, and to all of our returning friends. I see a lot of you in the live chat already. What's up, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday. We are back. It's been a little while. I say it's our weekly gathering. It's been 3 long, excruciating weeks since our last Triple M live gathering. So thanks for being here. And like I always say, if you're here, that means you made it through another week. And in our case, since our last one of these, it's been 3 weeks that you made it through. You survived somehow, like Laurie Strode, through a dark, brutal, violent night. 3 weeks of them. And even more importantly, you survived another Monday today. So happy Michael Myers Monday to you guys. Thank you all for joining me here this evening. All right, I'm going to say hello to a few friends in the live chat real quick. I don't expect this is going to be a very long show this evening. There's not a ton of breaking news to discuss, but I do have a brand new exclusive interview with a Halloween Ends cast member that I think you're going to love getting to know, and we're going to premiere a preview clip. We're going to announce who that is in just a few minutes. And no, it's not Jamie. It's not Andy. It's not Rowan Campbell either. You know, trust me, working on it. But no, you're going to like this anyway. So stick around for that. And then we're going to do our holiday gift guide, Michael Myers specific edition for 2022, with a few items that are available online as of just a few minutes or a few hours ago in some cases. And they say they're still in stock and they're shipping, and you got just enough time to get them in hand. So, but first, let me say hi to everybody over here in the live chat. I see some familiar names and faces already. Andromeda has just checked in, driving again, but listening as usual. Awesome. I love it. Rob's here in the house. Happy Michael Myers Monday. The great Patrick Ring. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you, sir. One of our channel members. Brett Patrick, another one of our illustrious channel members. It's just $5 a month, guys, and you get to use the awesome emojis that you see Patrick and Brett using, and cool custom badges as well for members, and other cool perks. Like you get to see some of our pre-recorded content early before it goes public. So join the club, everybody. Just hit the join button down below to learn more. $5 a month. Welcome, guys. David Suber in the house as well. What Rob says, cool shirt. Thank you, sir. One of my favorites. Not the first time I've worn it by any means, but I love it. Thank you for noticing. Megan is here, says she's fighting a cold. I hear you. I feel like this time of year I'm always fighting a cold anyway. My sinuses are so bad. I'm pretty much always fighting a cold, period. So I hear you on that. Art, another one of our illustrious channel members in the house, part of the Halloween Daily Club. These guys are out here representing. You too can be part of the club, just $5 a month, and it helps us basically keep the lights on around here and keep this channel running and going. So if you're enjoying what you see here, think about becoming a channel member and enjoy this community on the next level. All right, like I said, I don't foresee this being a huge, long show, and I don't think we're going to get a huge audience tonight. There's a lot going on as far as non-Halloween stuff for a lot of people, obviously, with the holidays looming, whatever that means, right? No, I'm just kidding. But we are going to talk about a couple news items. Just little tiny, small news items, but some fun, cool stuff nonetheless. Oh, I see Jason and Phil have checked in now as well. Jason's at work but listening. Awesome. I love it. Darlene in the house. Awesome. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Phil, hello, sir. Thank you for being here. Awesome. All right. So we got a lot of the crew. Tim Leo is here. Another one of our good friends and regulars here. Always hanging out with us on Triple M Michael Myers Monday. So It's been a few weeks. You know what I mean? It's been a few weeks. So how have you guys been? Are you guys ready for the holidays? If you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever. If you're not celebrating, chime in. Like I said, we don't have a ton to talk about tonight, so feel free to keep the conversation going in the live chat. Fire away any questions. I don't know what I can answer that as far as the future of the franchise or anything like that. Of course, I don't have any info on that. We could speculate all day long, but um, Dark Man has checked in as well. Yo, man, what's up? Keeping it in the dark, lighting it up in the dark, right? Dark Man, I hear you. Lighting up those pumpkins. I mean, of course, you guys know what I mean. Did I say Happy Michael Myers Monday yet? Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Drinking my customary, sometimes I gotta step outside the mango box if I don't have some mango juice in the house, but we're back to the customary Michael Myers mango twist tonight for our December show. We're gonna call it our Christmas show. I guess I'll go ahead and give you the programming notes now for the channel, just what to look out for. We might have some people just filtering in here before we get to the official docket for tonight. But this will probably be our last Triple M live of 2022. Never say never, never rule anything out. We'll see what happens in the next 7 days. Trust me, if there's some groundbreaking news regarding Michael Myers or this franchise that drops in the next week, you can bet we'll be back here next Monday to discuss it and break it down. Same thing if it happens the following week. We'll be back on that Monday. We might be back on that Monday anyway, because that's the night before the Halloween Ends physical release on December 27th. Very odd that they're doing it 2 days after Christmas. I would think they do it like this Thursday or next Thursday, like before Christmas, but whatever. What do I know? In any case, on the off chance that I have a copy of that before the 27th, it's very possible that we come on here that night on the 26th and start discussing that. But in any case, when we gather on the next Michael Myers Monday Live, the plan is, barring any breaking news, unforeseen scheduling, I will have a 4K disc of Halloween Ends in hand, and because I still haven't watched the digital, I haven't watched any of the bonus features. Well, that's not true. I have watched some of the bonus features that they've released here on YouTube. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute, but I've not. I look forward to digging into the commentary track and all that stuff on the 4K once I get my hands on that physical disc, and then I look forward to breaking down all of those bonus features and the whole release with you guys. But that is not to say that this is our last live stream of the year. Definitely not, because outside of the Michael Myers franchise, I gotta say that we are going to be here doing a live breakdown and discussion when the first teaser trailer for Scream 6 drops. And that is expected very soon, within the next few days, possibly this week even, maybe next week. We'll see. But in any case, it's coming very soon. I know it doesn't have to do with Michael Myers, but we always cover the new Ghostface releases. We always cover the new Scream movies. And this one especially is going to be especially exciting because this one, if you haven't heard, takes place during Halloween. So that's right, Ghostface. They're also actually leaving Woodsboro and going to New York City for this 6th Scream movie. So in any case, if you like what we do here on Michael Myers Monday, plan on joining me whenever that Scream 6 trailer drops. That afternoon, we'll be here doing a live breakdown and discussion. So that's some programming notes. We also have a brand new exclusive interview dropping in 2 days, this Wednesday. And like I said, I'll be revealing who that is in just a few minutes. But first, let's get into this week's news. And this is really a few news items that are a little older than a week. These are some items that have come up in the last 3 weeks, as a matter of fact, since our last Triple M. So, first up, we have to acknowledge the passing of another one of our legacy actors. Back on December 2nd, 10 days ago, it was reported that actor Cliff Imich had died of lung cancer at the age of 85. If you recognize Cliff, you will remember that he is forever immortalized, in Haddonfield anyway, for portraying security guard Mr. Garrett at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital in the 1981 sequel, Halloween 2. He also appeared in the film Payday, 1969's Gaily Gaily, and he had parts in Starsky and Hutch, Charlie's Angels, and Policewoman over the years. So, this one is for you, Mr. Cliff Image. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Everybody, Michael Myers Monday, it's Cliff. It's Mr. Garrett. All right, moving now into some Halloween Ends news. As you guys know, the big news right now regarding Halloween Ends is the home entertainment release. I was going to say home video release. It doesn't sound quite right now that everything's digital. I don't know what to call it, but it's already been released digitally. You can purchase it with the bonus features. I know some of you guys have. If you have, feel free to chime in on what you thought on those bonus features in the live chat in the comments below. Like I said, I am holding out on getting the HNs purchased until I can get my hands on a 4K disc. That's what I have for Kills, and for 2018, I want to keep that going. There's also that trilogy. I use that as the cover thumbnail image for this week's live show, but there's that trilogy that's available too. Now, I've already put links down in the description of this video to all the different formats available right now to purchase Halloween Ends. You can purchase it on DVD, on Blu-ray, on Collector's Edition Blu-ray from Walmart with a different cover, a couple different 4K editions, a couple different Steelbook options. We've got them all listed down below. You can also find info on all of that and see all the artwork, anything that I don't show tonight. We're going to look at some of it, but anything I don't show tonight, we've looked at it before on previous Mondays, but you can always find all of that at HalloweenDailyNews.com. If you don't see what you're looking for down below amongst those Halloween Ends listings and the many other products that I listed right before we went live that we're going to talk about in the holiday gift guide. So, if spoiler alert, if you just don't want to hear me yap and just want to get to order in your stuff or see what we're going to talk about on the gift guide, pretty much everything has links down in the description already, or it should. In any case, before we get to that, with Halloween Ends, as the digital was released on November 15th, 1 month after the theatrical release, and we now await the physical release on December 27th. Again, scratching my head exactly why it's 2 days after the biggest shopping occasion of the year. I don't know, but I don't make these decisions. But in any case, Universal has been promoting this release, of course, through various spots on social media and here on YouTube, the Universal All Access channel, which is their home entertainment YouTube channel, has been releasing a lot of the behind-the-scenes bonus content that we're going to get on that Blu-ray. And I don't know if you've seen some of this. We're not going to play all of it here tonight. But they've released a few things. A few weeks ago, we talked about a extended scene featuring Michael and Corey Cunningham down in the sewers. That has since been officially released here onto YouTube. We've got that up on the website right now as well at HalloweenDailyNews.com. But one thing I did think it might be fun to take a look at for just a minute here this evening. I'm going to go over here to YouTube. This is, again, the Universal All Access channel. I'm going to turn the volume up just a little bit here. I don't think they're going to get too mad at us. If we take a look at the gag reel. Have you guys watched this yet? This is going to be the gag reel, or at least a portion of it, that's included on the Halloween Ends Blu-ray 4K DVD release. Check it out.
I scream, and then in Jamie's coverage, they had her scream back at me. That is when I realized that I am not and will not ever be a scream queen, and I will always be a scream princess.
Bend over. You fell on a glass of chocolate milk.
Yeah, like chocolate milk, so what? It's my favorite treat, so I get chocolate milk.
Watch this magic, Jamie. Watch this.
I'm watching. I know a good trailer line. You know me, I want to get in the trailer, Dave. I really work my way into the trailer.
You got it. You got it.
And there's there is a number of other behind the scenes videos that have been released here in recent weeks. Solid Saturn has checked in. The clip isn't the full clip though. Are you referring to the full clip, the Corey and Michael clip, or this gag reel clip? I guess you're talking about the Corey and Michael clip. Isn't the full clip? Let's go back over here to Universal's YouTube channel here for just a second. And again, we're not gonna watch all of these, but there was some interesting shots here of our buddy James Jude Courtney, and some cool behind-the-scenes footage of that big final battle between Michael and Laurie in Laurie's kitchen.
Nothing compares to this. This was just brutal. She took a freaking beating, and so did I.
Sorry, I hit him in his knee. Sorry, Jim.
You'll pull it out as he rises. It's coming with you.
Yes, ready, sit up. See what I mean? I will go backwards.
Man, we hit the ground and tussled and rolled.
These are real.
She did 99% of all of her stuff on this.
Everybody gets their chance to get their ass kicked. You know what I mean?
And then it's 3, 2, 1.
Everything is breakaway except these 3 pieces right here.
They wanted to pat her up, and she was like, no, my clothes are tight. You're going to see them. I'm not going to do that.
Don't worry about it. In this
It is surreal hearing James' voice come out of Michael sometimes when he's on set in The Mask.
I mean, I pity whoever picks on her in the street, because they got a cat by the tail.
So there you go, guys. Numerous behind-the-scenes clips are going to be included in that release. These are just a few that have surfaced here on YouTube on the official Universal Home Entertainment channel. It's called Universal Pictures All Access. If you want to go subscribe to them. And they put up another one today with Kyle Richards. And it's got some of the interview stuff that was released actually prior to the release of the film and the hype building up. Now, another video release since our last gathering that I would be remiss if I did not mention. And we've talked about this channel before. This is the LMS channel. LMS as in Lego Movie Scenes. Check this out, guys. LMS is at it again. If you remember, they have done Lego recreations of all of the trailers released for this modern trilogy, this Strode trilogy, as I call it. They did all of the trailers for 2018, the Kills trailers, the Ends trailers, and now they have taken it to the next level, releasing most recently their recreation of that final battle right up basically to the end of the movie. And I've talked about this before. This is just phenomenal. You got to go find them. The channel's called LMS. I'll add the link in the description below and put it here in the live chat in just a minute. But the time it takes for them to create this, and it's just always so spot on and so good. And then just a little bit of digital effects there now. I mean, getting a little more sophisticated with it. I mean, he's got every detail on here.
Who's about to stop breathing?
I can't, I like how he, or they, I don't know who even creates this, but I love how they add their own kind of flashbacks here before the big ending. Pretty awesome, I gotta say. Like I said, you want to go check out the LMS YouTube channel. They've got, and it's not, just the Halloween franchise. They do scene recreations and trailer recreations using stop motion Legos, like you saw there, for all of your favorite movies. So go check them out. They're awesome, and always look forward to their latest projects. Man, we just jumped right into some new stuff. I did forget what the show and tell was going to be, but that's all right because the show and tell is really goes more along with our shopping gift guide, I guess you could say. I was just going to plug the mask again and say that you got time to order the HN's mask if you haven't added it to your collection yet. If you just want to whisper it in Santa's ear, or if somebody love and care about needs the HN's mask to complete their Michael Myers headwear collection. We got them in stock, as well as the kills, as well as a few more 2018s too. And we are shipping immediately upon order. So if you order within the next 24 hours, they're going to go out on Wednesday, and that gives a full week before even Christmas weekend next week. So just throwing that out there. That was going to be the show and tell. We'll take a look at that mask again when we do the gift guide. But check out LMS. Let me go over here in the live chat and see what you guys are saying about the Lego recreation before we go into our next news item. Yeah, it was the Michael shakes up Corey clip that Saturn's talking about. Salad's got a rehauled Ins mask on the way. Be sure to tag us, shoot us some pictures. Would love to see it when you get yours. I assume it's a rehauled Trick or Treat Studios. The Steelbook at Best Buy is already sold out. Welcome, Pika, by the way, and Saturn. Thanks for joining us tonight. So you guys let me know which format of the Halloween Ends release you are purchasing. Have you purchased the digital? Are you purchasing a physical copy? Are you just not buying it? Some of you or some people have commented on our Instagram account just today that they are not going to be adding Halloween Ends to their Halloween movie collection, which that's crazy talk to me. Just the completist in me, if nothing else, just on principle. But hey, some people just like it that much, I guess. But let me know what your plans are. Are you going to buy the DVD, the Blu-ray, the 4K, the digital, none of the above, the Steelbook? Pika said they were going for the Steelbook Best Buy exclusive. There's kind of two alternate artwork steelbook editions. There's a Zavvi exclusive with alternate artwork, and then there's the Best Buy exclusive with like the blue artwork, I believe, or maybe I'm getting it mixed up. One's kind of orange tinted, one's blue. Here, we can go over here and look at them now. This was not the next thing we were going to be talking about exactly, but whatever. It all works because this is all part of our overarching gift guide talk. But we wanted to take a look at. Yeah, we do have that Michael Shakes Up Corey Cunningham clip up at HalloweenDailyNews.com if you haven't checked it out. But apparently that is not the full clip that is included in the bonus features. Saturn has confirmed for us, which is good to know. Yeah, I believe that most of these little clips they're putting out, these behind-the-scenes clips, are bits and pieces of the slightly larger featurettes. You know, the featurettes that Universal typically does nowadays, they're around 12-15 minutes or so. I'm hoping for something a little more substantial than that. Of course, for me, the main bonus feature, the main attraction here is that feature-length commentary with David Gordon Green, as well as Andy Matichek and Rowan Campbell, as well as co-producer and first assistant director Attila User and production assistant Hugo Garza. So that is that's 5 people participating in that feature-length commentary track, but I can't wait. Always look forward to that. And yeah, the Michael Shakes Things Up, that is one of 6 bonus deleted and extended scenes that'll be included. But that's not why we're here, are we? We're here for the artwork. And there you can see just kind of the standard, you know, what we've seen in the poster a million times. Here's the slightly different version, adding Lori in there for the 4K. I think that might be the Walmart exclusive. There's that Best Buy artwork with the orange, kind of the black blood bleeding down the orange background. I kind of like that. And here's that alternate artwork. It's also got Lori on the back cover of that blue steelbook as well. And finally, here's the trilogy, which I actually really like this image of Michael. I mean, that's why I used it as this week's cover image. I figure, you know, it is the Halloween Ends news of this month. This release, all 3 films are finally out in all formats as of the 27th anyway. And it also, you know, spoiler alert, tops our holiday gift guide. Of course, you know, it doesn't really top it because you're not going to be able to get it in time for the holiday itself. But, you know, every day's Halloween anyway. So what does the actual date of Christmas matter, right? It's the thought that counts. Anyway, I really dig that trilogy image cover. It's just very somber, simple, shows off the mask. Okay, so there's the artwork options. I believe that's all of the artwork options. Am I missing anything? You guys let me know. And tell me what you are planning to do as far as how you're going to own Halloween Ends. Or are you just not going to own it at all? All right. I'm going to take a breath and a drink. You guys chime in the live chat. And if you're watching this on a replay, in the comments below. Pika, that other steelbook, that was what I understand to be a Zavvi exclusive, available for Zavvi. We put a link to it down below. It is listed. I think I've got all the steelbooks listed, one right after another, in the description of this video. So hit that. Again, last I checked, it wasn't sold out. Apologies if it is since then. But yeah, that is that Zavvi steelbook cover. I've said before, I haven't gotten the steelbooks because I haven't really gone all in on steelbooks. As much as I love physical media, I'm a collector, and of course a completist as much as possible within reason and within little to no budget. But no, I've not really gone all in on the steelbooks because, you know, Once I do for this franchise, then I'll have to get all of them in that format. So I've kind of held off so far. But I do like that cover. Maybe a little bit better than the orange Best Buy, actually. Patrick says, looks like Michael is smiling on the trilogy artwork. Yeah, it does, kind of. I see what you mean. It actually does. Let's go back to that for just a minute. See what Patrick means here. Yeah, I kind of see, of course, it's that classic mask. You can read so much of what you want into it, but yeah. Looks like maybe a little shaped smirk there. Little smirk of a shape. Shape of a smirk. Good catch there. I like that, man. All right. Yeah, it really does look like that. Solid's going to link up the full Michael Shakes Things Up clip. Nice. Yeah, drop it on in here. We'll check it out. Phil's going to download on the Apple TV app. Nice. Well, it should be available there as of now. Or you're waiting for Santa to bring it, drop the digital code in your chimney. Patrick pre-ordered the Best Buy and Zavvi Steelbook and will pick up all formats. Got to be complete. Somehow that doesn't surprise me, Patrick Ring. Nice. Very cool. Rob's getting all of them too. Awesome. Darkman wants the Steelbook. But which one? The blue Zavvi, the orange Best Buy. Let's see. Saturn's going to buy the DVD. Nice. All right. So a little bit of all worlds in here. Very cool. Andromeda says Michael should be smiling if Halloween. If it's Halloween, yeah, hell yeah. I dig that. Yeah, that makes me like that cover even more. Now maybe I will get that trilogy 4K set. But see, again, the main reason I'm not going to get that now is I would have to. I still need to own, the standalone 4K to match my standalone 4K, which includes Blu-ray digital code of 2018 and kills. So I want that to, that's as much as my collection complete I'm going for this month anyway. And then of course, if I can find the other ones in due time, then I'll add them. Speaking of which, finding a lot of good stuff lately. Not so much Michael Myers stuff lately. At like our local Dollar Tree stores, man. It's like my current favorite pastime kind of is once a week going to dig through the Blu-rays and DVDs and Dollar Tree. Really good gems in there these days. If you guys haven't been checking them out, some really good stuff. Warner Brothers has been dropping a lot of like really good big name, like Pennywise and Annabelle type stuff in there. Good stuff. Darkman's getting the Best Buy Steelbook. Nice. All right, let's move on to one other item. We'll talk a little bit more about those releases. But another new release, and this kind of doubles as a franchise news item that we've been covering and following and can update you on. But it also kind of works as part of our gift guide, except for it's another gift that you're not going to have in hand before December 25th, if that matters. But again, we're all here in a place where October 31st doesn't limit us with Halloween, so why would a date limit us as to when we exchange gifts with friends and loved ones? The item I am talking about, you will be happy to know, is Tommy Lee Wallace's Halloween 3 book. If you watched my recent interview with Tommy Lee Wallace from back in October, which I hope you did, if you didn't, check it out. It's here in the interview section of our channel. You can also find it in the interviews section at HalloweenDailyNews.com. We talked about a lot of things, but primarily, almost entirely, we talked about Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. If you remember, just to recap real quick, I interviewed Tommy originally back in 2015, and we talked about a lot of things. We talked a lot about his work on Halloween 78, making the mask. We talked a little bit about Halloween 3 at that time. We talked a little bit about some of his other projects, but mostly those. This time, it was the 40th anniversary of Halloween 3. On the occasion of the release of that movie 40 years ago in 1982, we did this interview to really specifically talk about that film and on the occasion of his new book. And he had said at that time he was hoping to have it out before Halloween. That didn't happen. They were hoping to kind of have it out by Black Friday. And it's still not actually shipping as of right now. But we've got pre-order links. They are up. It's not Amazon links yet. They're coming. But Bear Manor Digital is where you can get them. And I did put links down in the description of this video before we started, both for the paperback and the hardback. As you can see, the book is titled Halloween 3, Where the Hell is Michael Myers? The Definitive History of Horror's Most Misunderstood Film. It is by Tommy Lee Wallace with foreword by Tom Atkins. And it states there that it is an authorized account. And just beautiful cover art there. We've looked at that before, but I love that cover art so much. Retailing here on Bear Manor Media for $52 for the paperback. The hardback retails for $85. But look down here at the dimensions. This is pretty cool. Well, first of all, it is 282 pages. So it's not thin. It is almost 300 pages. But it measures 7 by 10, so it is a good, big, even the paperback, it's a big book, you know what I mean, 7 by 10. And that makes sense. And also, it is full color. So that's the reason for that price. And if you remember in my interview, Tommy teased some of what's going to be in there, not just stories, anecdotes, info, details, but images. Including some of his own original artwork is going to be included in there. And something that I'm really excited about, and we dug into this a little bit when I interviewed him, was exactly what was in Nigel Neal's original script versus what he and John Carpenter changed, what they brought into it, what they removed. He's really gonna it sounds like, reveal all of that in full detail in the book. We talked about some of that, and he does reveal some of that in our interview. But, so there you go. That's item number 1, I guess, or number 2 after the HN's physical release. But there you go. That's another news item. It is out. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm going to have to get my hands on a copy. $52 for the paperback versus $85 for the hardback. I know Patrick and some of you guys are going to own both copies, of course. I don't know. I might just go with the paperback because, again, I just like with my figures, as much as I like to think I'm going to, keep it in perfect condition and all, I can't do that and read it, and I can't afford to buy 2 of every single thing. So, it's going to get a little worn just from reading it. But it's a must-own for sure, especially if you love Season of the Witch half as much as I did. All right, let's move over to the live chat again. Andromeda says, if Halloween ends as H3, you know what came after that? Halloween 4. Interesting way to look at it. I guess you're saying a 10 years later return of Michael Myers to Haddonfield, maybe. Solid Saturn says, DM'd me the link for the full Michael Shakes Things Up clip on Instagram. Awesome. Awesome. I will check that out. And, yeah, I don't know if we'll pull that up here tonight, but I will definitely check that out, and we might be able to pull that up in a little bit. But thank you for sending me that. I will definitely check that out. How much longer is that one than the other one? Rob's picking up the hardcover, no question. Awesome. Nice. Well, the hardcover, you know, again, that does make it more of like a coffee table book for sure. You know, the paperback, it's going to have to, you know, be up on the shelf probably, but hardcover, that's more of a display piece. More prominent. I like that. That cover is beautiful. The back cover, if you guys are members of the Halloween 3, I guess this is a plug for them. I'm not affiliated with them, just a member of the Facebook group, but the Halloween 3 Appreciation Society. Yeah, it's great fun Season of the Witch group, and there's a lot of cool stuff that's going to be in the book that has been updated in that group, so go check that out. It's about 218. Byron's getting it. Nice, and welcome, Byron. Thank you for being here, sir. All right, well, maybe before we move on to our interview, let me see if I can pull that up. You can watch a little bit of it. Oh, I see. And we'll go over here for just a minute. This little extended, little more of what we saw. And there we go. That's the part that's not included on the YouTube version. Some of Michael's previous victims down there in that pit. Oh yeah, that's much better. Yeah, I like that that full edit of it much better, actually. Absolutely knowing that you know, Michael has been getting busy over this time, which, by the way, you know, I'm still in the process of reading the novelization. When we meet again for our next Triple M live, with any luck, I will have completed reading it and can give you a full book report and breakdown of all that good stuff. But having a blast reading that, and yeah, there's a lot in there. Already you can see they're filling in so many of the gaps that they don't even cover in that movie. All right, Saturn, thank you so much for sending us that. That was cool to check out. Little preview of what's to come in the bonus content. All right, now I am going to announce, big reveal, our next Halloween franchise interview. Who is our next special guest here on the HDN channel? Yes, right on time. Byron's asking about new interview this week. Yep. Patrick's getting both versions. Loves some H3, both versions of the book, of course. Again, not surprised. I would expect nothing less. Andromeda says H3 made them realize how much we want Michael, and we got him. That's what Andromeda means. That Halloween Ends made everybody, producers, realize how much we want Michael, and meaning that the next movie is going to be like a Halloween 4 style. Here, Michael's back. It's all Michael. Yes, I could totally see that being the answer and where it goes from here. I'm not going to begin speculating quite yet on the future of the franchise. But yeah, that I could see that whatever the next iteration is that involves Michael Myers, it's going to be like a Halloween Kills Michael Myers, you know, which I'm all for because y'all know I love Ultimate Michael Myers and Halloween Kills. All right, yes, brand new interview this week. This is an interview that we recorded last week, and big drum roll, everybody, the announcement. Very excited to welcome Michelle Dawson here for an awesome conversation. Michelle plays Nurse Deb in Halloween Ends. You'll remember Nurse Deb is featured in a number of different scenes in the film. She is a co-worker at the clinic where Allison works, and where Allison meets Corey Cunningham, and she, along with Allison, works for Dr. Mathis, played by Michael O'Leary, and it was awesome getting to know her and talking to her. Like I said, this interview took place last week, and the full interview is going to drop this Wednesday. We talked all about working with Andy, working with Michael, of course, working with the great James Jude Courtney. And what James told us, hopefully you watched my interview with James Jude Courtney back in October, but I asked him, and James gave us his rundown. But yeah, he says that his kill scene of Nurse Deb, Michelle, is his favorite kill in all three of these movies because it is a direct homage to Bob's death scene, the iconic Bob kill in John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween, which is James's favorite kill in that film and in the entire franchise. So to be able to pay homage to it so directly with Nurse Deb's kill scene, that's his favorite. So going into this interview, of course, I was excited to let Michelle know that James really holds that scene in pretty high regard, and she was of course thrilled to hear that. So that's a little bit of what this clip is going to be. This is just about 5 minutes long, and it's a little bit about that day, shooting that sequence, and that all-important question, what was it like the first time you saw Michael Myers, James Jude Courtney, in costume, in the mask, in full character on set, and he's coming for you. And here's a little bit of our conversation. Check it out. This is a world premiere. You guys know whenever possible, I try to hook it up for you, especially our Triple M live crowd here. This is I try to give you guys something a little special, a little bit early whenever possible. So this is the first 5 minutes, not the first 5 minutes of the interview, but the first 5 minutes of any part of the interview that we are premiering here tonight for you for Michael Myers Monday. All right, here it is, guys. Check it out. Speaking with Michelle Dawson about facing Michael Myers, and spoiler alert, being killed by Michael Myers as Nurse Deb in Halloween Ends. Check it out. Our friend James Jude Courtney, we love James. We love his work as Michael Myers, and I was lucky enough to talk to him here on the channel back in October, and he told us, I had to ask, everybody wants to know favorite kills, and he gave us his rundown of each movie, but he said his favorite of all three movies was the homage to the Bob kill in the original film, which is your Nurse Deb's big kill. Spoiler alert, but by now everybody has seen the movie. It's an homage, obviously, to a kill in the 78 film, which is his favorite from that film, he said. And so that's why being able to pay tribute to that with you. So let's talk a little bit about filming that, because that whole sequence I think is kind of going to be a fan favorite over the years. It's it's Michael and Corey out together, something we've never seen before, kind of a tag team thing, and your character kind of guides us through it. We follow, and she's the first one to kind of see this Corey Cunningham, doing his thing, and then here comes the Shape and doing his thing. So talk to us about shooting that epic sequence with Michael and with Corey.
Wow, yeah. Even just the way you phrased it right there, it hits me. It feels so, I'm so honored to play that part and be a part of that, because it does feel just epic. Yeah. Having Corey and Michael, like you said, they're together. So we actually shot that over 2 different days. Okay. The full scene. And so, it was kind of shot in, bits and pieces over 2 days. And I loved it. I loved every moment of it. They were my last 2 days filming, and I felt like I was, getting in the groove of it, getting comfortable being, in this world and everything. And oh man, that mask is scary. Yeah. That mask is so scary. I mean, so the funny thing was, they actually had some of the wonderful, props and the mask and things like that, set up on this table in this room that they had as a holding room for us. And I remember I'd have to remind myself every time I walked into that room that what I was going to walk into and see. Oh yeah. because it was quite frightening. But man, I remember the first time, I saw, James with that Michael Myers mask on, and I was genuinely frightened. It is terrifying. Yeah. And so to have him then, opening that door in the bathroom and coming at me was literally terrifying. I was frightened. But it was such a fun scene to be a part of, because it's things like that. Even though I'm, scared and going through all these things as an actor, I loved every moment of it. It was just so fun. But yeah, all the, there's choreography to all of it, like me slamming, Corey's hand in the door. I remember I was so nervous because I didn't want to actually hurt Rowan in his hand, but, we had such fantastic stunt people and stunt coordinators that were guiding us, the whole way. And so to have them, assure me everything's set up right, so that, I'm not actually going to hurt, anybody, not going to hurt Rowan when I slam the door on his hand and things like that. And it was, we were shooting in the middle of the night at a real house in Savannah, Georgia. And so there's the elements of already this eeriness and this creepiness, because it really is 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It's not like we're on some, sound stage filming at 1 p.m. or noon or something. So that added a whole, heightened element of all the fear factor. And but yeah, just that scene and the death scene was just so fun. I don't know how many times we did it, but I could have done it. I could have kept doing it. It was, sign me up. I'm ready to go do it again. It was so fun. We had, a bit of choreography to it, and, sort of this hand here, that sort of thing. And then just being able to take the, direction of what, they're seeing on the camera, just to add to it and make it look even better. It was, I don't know, an acting dream come true for me.
Wow, it sounds like it. And I was going to ask that. I always ask anybody in these movies, when was it the first time you saw that mask? But you just laid it out there, and
oh, it's terrifying.
Yes, yes, yes. Our full interview with the awesome Michelle Dawson, aka also known as in Haddonfield, Nurse Deb, drops this Wednesday, December 14th. It'll be up this in the morning, 10:31 a.m. this Wednesday, December 14th, right here on the HDN YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, do it now. Turn on the notifications if you haven't. And who knows, channel members might get an early preview of this one. This is one of my favorite moments with Nurse Deb in Halloween Ends. Of course, I'm very proud of this interview and excited to share it with you guys, as always, as I always am. But, Michelle was really cool and fun to talk to, and had a lot of good stories and insight into her experiences on set in Haddonfield, working with James and Andy and just everybody, and her whole journey here to Halloween Ends. She's still, like a lot of these performers that we've been lucky enough to talk to recently, she's still, pretty early on in her career. She's got a very bright and big career ahead of her, I believe. And she comes into acting largely from a gymnastics background. And she talks about this in the interview that, it was through gymnastics, which is, kind of being in front of an audience, that she conquered a lot of her own anxieties and just kind of stage fright in a lot of ways, and was able to get over performance anxieties. And that led to stage work in productions, plays and stuff, and that naturally has led into more acting and now into film acting. So look for that this Wednesday. Again, it was a total blast talking to Michelle, as it always is, getting to know any of these actors, whether they're from this film, this franchise, or not. But, you guys know what a fan I am of this franchise and of these current movies. So it's always a privilege and an honor whenever any of them stop by and talk to us. And this will most likely be our last interview. Well, this will be our final interview of 2022. We're looking forward to coming at it with lots of new, exciting conversations with Haddonfield residents, past, present, and future, as well as many others from all walks of the Halloween universe, the Hallowverse. And we mean that beyond this franchise, of course. Just anybody that lives and breathes Halloween every day the way we do and can speak on that, or is just doing otherwise really cool shit. We love talking to them too. So feel free to drop some suggestions down in the comments or here in the live chat who you would like to see us attempt to try to get here on the channel. Obviously, I know Jamie Lee Curtis and Andy Matichak. Yeah, we got it. We're working on that, but in the meantime, let us know who else might be on your wish list, and we'll see what we can do. Next year, 2023, is the 45th anniversary of this whole franchise, as we've talked about. There's going to be the 45 Years of Terror convention at the end of September out in Pasadena, California. It's going to be awesome. And there's going to be all kinds of anniversary merch released, celebrations, all kinds of stuff going on. But, not the least of that is that we are going to be interviewing, well, we're always interviewing people from this franchise and from any, Halloween landmark movies, but we've talked so much this year about our 10th anniversary of HDN. And 10 years ago, in 2013, we launched a series of interviews. I've talked about this before, and it was celebrating that year's 35th anniversary of the Halloween movie franchise and that year's upcoming 35 Years of Terror event. And we did a lot of interviews with a lot of franchise people. They were the first interviews we ever did for Halloween Daily News. We launched in September of 2012. the interview started a few months later in 2013. And we talked to a lot of cool people, many of which we're still in contact with and consider friends. And look forward to seeing again at 45 Years of Terror, hopefully. So, it is my thought at this point and my hope and intention that maybe we can bring some of those friends of ours back here to HDN, and this time have them in this video format here for the YouTube channel, and kind of revisit our interviews with them. Even go back and maybe look at some of the questions I asked them back in 2013 and what they said at that time, and if their answers have changed at all, or if they have new thoughts on any of that at this point. I think that would be a lot of fun, and I think we're probably going to try to do some of that. And these are all kinds of different people. I told you the very first interview ever published on HDN was with Tamara Glenn of Halloween 5, our friend Tamara Glenn, who rocks the devil costume in Halloween 5, which is referenced in Halloween 2018 when Oscar's wearing a devil costume. And it's also referenced in Halloween Ends when, oh yeah, Michelle Dawson as Nurse Deb is wearing a devil costume at the Halloween party. That's right, Michelle Dawson wearing Samantha's devil costume that Oscar also kind of wore in 2018. That devil costume carrying through. In any case, the first one to wear the devil costume in the Halloween franchise back in Halloween 5 is Tamara Glenn. Our first interview back in 2013. She'd be one that, I'm not saying it'll happen, but, I would like to think that'd be cool. Maybe have her back on as a video interview this time. Eric Preston, who played young Michael Myers in Halloween 4, was another one that we connected with that year. Many others. You can see that whole series of Halloween at 35 interviews in the interview section at HalloweenDailyNews.com. And I'm sure we'll be doing some flashbacks with some of that stuff as next year gets going. So, in short, check out my interview with Michelle Dawson this Wednesday. Look for lots more from this franchise and throughout the wider and greater Halloween universe, starting bright and early in January. Already talking with one particular horror icon about being one of our first guests of the year next year. Again, not from this franchise, but from a couple other notable franchises, actually, that you would recognize. Just not the Michael Myers one yet. In any case, lots of good exclusive interviews coming. I appreciate all you guys' thoughts and comments when you do watch them and you express your appreciation of those interviews. Obviously it's a big deal for us, and it's always, very gracious of everybody that we talk to for them to take the time to actually do it. So thanks to Michelle for taking the time to hang out with us. And thank you all for taking the time to watch any of our content that we produce here on the HDN channel. All right, I'm going to take a breath, and then we're going to run through our Michael Myers Edition 2022 holiday gift guide real quick. Hit some Triple M shout outs, and then I'm going to bed. All right, let's do this. Rob's 100% going to the 45th anniversary event. Hell yeah. Saturn says I need to interview Andy Matichek. I would love to. We're hoping it'll happen at some point. She knows. I think she knows. She's more than welcome here, of course, and we'd love to. But she's busy, and but never say never just because it has not happened today. It's gonna happen, right? Yeah, that's how you manifest things, right? Say it's gonna happen, and then it happens, right? Al says you look so hot at the office today. Yes. Dr. Mathis and Nurse Deb. Yes, of course, we talked quite a bit about working with Michael O'Leary, who plays Dr. Mathis, a character that we all speculated so much about what's his character and all. But, at the end of the day, what we see of him in the film, it totally lives up to what is teased of him by Marcus and Vanessa in their very first dialogue in HK. And if you've read the HK novelization, there's even just a little bit more about Dr. Mathis in there, that he was hosting a sex party that night in 2018. And had invited Marcus and Vanessa there, Marcus being one of his nurses. So again, it's in a weird way, Allison as a nurse at Dr. Mathis' clinic, she kind of got Marcus's job because he was a nurse that worked for Dr. Mathis. But anyway, more on that another time. But yes, great quote there, Al. Thank you. Phil, thank you for the compliment. Yes, again, that's just 5 minutes of the interview, but thank you so much. Yeah, if you like that, you'll love the rest of it. We talk about her whole experience in Haddonfield. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Patrick, thank you so much. Yeah, she's awesome. Again, just really personable, really cool, and chill. You'll see in the interview, and yeah, she was more than happy to answer all of my just geeky questions, and had lots more to say about working with James and facing down Michael Myers in this epic sequence, which is one of my favorite parts of the movie. Let's see. Al's asking, when will we get another Halloween film? 3 to 5 years from now would be my best guess. I don't know, but yeah, I would not plan on it any sooner than 3 years from now. But realistically, probably more like at least 5 years from now. But that's just me judging from history and how Hollywood usually works with these things. Thank you, David. I appreciate that so much. All right, we're going to dive into our online gift guide. In addition to Tommy Lee Wallace's book, which, we're all going to be pre-ordering, obviously. The other must-own item, if you don't own it already, or if somebody you love and care about is obsessed with all things Myers, and they don't own it yet, that top of the list has to be the officially licensed Halloween Ends Michael Myers mask, which, of course, we do now have currently in stock. Now, let's just take a look at this. This is that photo. You regular viewers know I took this photo on just minutes after we unboxed our first shipment of these masks. It's literally the one that I ended up cutting the tag off of. I wore it on premiere night to our local theater. I wore it on October 31st when we went trick-or-treating in our neighborhood. And it's sitting right here at this moment over my shoulder here in my office, over here in the corner of the screen. This is that same mask, and I changed the featured image on our listing because I kind of like my photo of this mask a little bit better than the stock image that Trick or Treat put out initially. So I decided we need to go ahead and update that. But if you don't have it, there it is. I think these masks look great. I think the details, the paint, the sculpt is flawless. That's undeniable. That's direct from the movie used master. So, the sculpt on all these masks, as always, that's flawless. What's questionable sometimes is the details, the paint jobs, and all that. But man, I think these Ends masks, they really nailed them. They are retailing for $80 right now. Again, if you order within the next 24 hours and you send us a note, a comment, just otherwise let me know that you watched this Michael Myers Monday live broadcast. As always, I'll throw in an extra treat for you, a Triple M special surprise. And if you order within the next 24 hours, then that means it'll be going out on Wednesday, and you should, fingers crossed, knock on wood, have it before Christmas weekend. And I have, of course, put a link to purchase this mask down in the description of this video. So, in reminding you that we've got this mask in stock, and as well as other items related to this franchise, we are running low on the wall decor. So, if you're on the fence on that, it wasn't released in 2022. That's what I was trying to keep this Halloween guide to: new items, recently released items. But if you're looking for that Halloween '78 wall decor, we've got just a few more sets. You want to get them right now. They won't fit in a stocking, but man, they're awesome. And they're super affordable. Just $12, you get 6 giant pieces, or $10 and you get 4 giant pieces, depending on if you're getting the H4, the H3, or the H78. We've got other ones in there as well. We've also got the H Kills mask. We've also got the H2018 mask. We've also got the officially licensed. I was going to grab it, but I don't have one nearby. My knife, my officially licensed Halloween Kills knife. Here it is. Yes, yes, yes. I love this mirror blade. It is badass. I love these HK knives. We've got some of those still in stock at the moment. Not sure how many, but we do have a few. All those items for the Halloween fan, Michael Myers fanatic in your life. Whoa, excuse me. Available right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. But we're just getting going on your holiday gift guide, Michael Myers edition. Because, as you know, HNs is out. You can buy the digital right now, but, you know, the true collector, they need that physical copy. So, yes, we put the links down in the description of where you can purchase the DVD, the Blu-ray, the 4K, the Steelbook 4K, or the trilogy. They won't be released until December 27th, so might be a little bit late, a few days late delivering the gift, but I don't think the Michael Myers fan in your life is going to be complaining. And there's that smiling Michael on the trilogy cover. Also released this year is the Halloween 4K collection 1995 through 2002. This includes 4K Ultra HD discs and Blu-ray discs of 3 films: Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O 20 years later, and Halloween Resurrection. These, of course, come from Scream Factory. Released with matching packaging that goes along with their 2021 4K releases of Halloween Parts 1 through 5. So now they've got the first 8 films in the entire franchise released together. Why these 3 are only available in a set, which is actually an 8-disc set total, but why they are only available in a set and not separately, that was explained upon release that was entirely due to the licensing agreements. And again, I've put links to all of these items we're going to be previewing here down in the description below. Now, The next item on the Michael Myers Edition Halloween Holiday Movie Guide. I gotta shorten that up somehow. It's this, the novelization, the official movie novelization for Halloween Ends by our buddy Paul Brad Logan. Check out my interview with Paul Brad Logan if you haven't already. Very informative, very cool guy. I love talking to him. I love talking to any writers. You know, they're part of the creative force. It's where the movie comes from. He co-wrote the script for the film. He wrote the novelization. And again, I am not even a third, maybe getting close to like a fourth of the way through this thing, but it is loaded with stuff that is not in the film. There's so much stuff in here that is not in the movie. It's just amazing. So much just backstory about Corey, about what Allison and Laurie have been up to in the last 4 years. You know, just all kinds of fun, cool details. Cameos from characters from the previous films that are featured much more prominently than they are or aren't even in some cases in the film. So I look forward to doing a much more detailed breakdown of this entire thing once I'm done reading it in a few weeks. But we've put the link down below. As of earlier today, it is in stock at the Amazon link. It's very affordable. It fits neatly in a stocking. And yeah, I told Paul, it's just so cool that they are releasing these novelizations, period. I mean, Patrick, you know how awesome this is. I mean, not every movie does this in 2022. The first 4 Halloween films had novelizations. Movies of that era generally routinely did. Movies of this era routinely do not. So, just the collectible factor in itself is awesome. And then the fact that it's got basically all this bonus material in here. And in this case, for the first time ever in all those novelizations, from one of the co-writers of the actual script. So, again, a must own. Now, another item that you'll find a link for down there that you also won't have in time for Christmas, and it's not technically part of this gift guide, but you might want to pre-order your soundtrack. The Halloween Ends soundtrack physical editions will be released in January. Yeah, the collector in your life, all you got to do is show them your receipt that you ordered that. Boom. They're going to love you and consider that a killer gift. But that's not technically part of it because these items, for the most part, are items that at last check were in stock and available to have delivered conceivably in time. So just a couple more real quick. Moving over here to our friends at Spirit Halloween. This is just a couple of the items that are available in stock online at the moment. There's not very much at spirithalloween.com right this minute, but this one is currently listed in stock. It's the Michael Myers tarot card sign for $18, and it measures 8 by 10. I don't really know what makes it a tarot card, but that's what they call it. And the other item, this one would probably be a little more up my alley. Also for $18, this is the Countdown to Halloween sign. And this is pretty cool. This was a new release that I had never seen before this year. And it measures 13 by 9. Another cool item from Spirit's parent company. You might have seen these at your local mall if you live where local malls still exist. But this is the Michael Myers pillow, $35. Currently listed in stock at spencersonline.com. Remember good old Spencer's Gifts? Here's that pillow. $35 from spencersonline.com. And yeah, it says he's 20 inches tall. And he's listed as in stock at the moment. Rob says Spencer's rules. Hell yeah. Phil loves the soundtrack. Yeah, me too. And just a couple more quick items here. One that is relatively new, and I have not gotten my hands on one yet, but I've never wanted to own one of these, but you know I'm gonna have to own it. You know what I'm talking about, I think. I'm talking, of course, about the Michael Myers Halloween 2 officially licensed Chia Pet. Yeah, again, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember the Chia Pet commercials growing up. I mean, I grew up with those on TV all the time. Now they're making pop culture icons. They're making horror icons. I know there's a Pennywise one out there. I think maybe a Chucky one. But now there's a Michael Myers one too. I just think it's going to look wild if you grow it and Michael's got this crazy bushy hair. I want to see you guys when you've grown yours. And we did put this link down below as well. The Michael Myers Chia Pet. This listing only has 7 more in stock. But if you order right now, it'll arrive by Wednesday, December 21st. If you got Prime. And let's see, we're nearing the end of our Michael Myers gift recommendations here. You guys tell me what I might have missed, what other items are out there. I think that's just about all of them. Oh yeah, just let's see. Oh, I didn't even put this one down in the description. Let me add that real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Because this, again, is not a... well, I guess it could be. It's technically not a 2022 release. It's a 2021 release. But it was re-released in 2022 as well. So it's a returning product Oh, I do have it down there. Cool. All right. I already had it down there. Never mind. What I'm talking about. What am I talking about? Where are we? What are we doing here? What we're talking about is that officially licensed Halloween 2 6.5-foot Michael Myers animatronic from Party City. And again, I know this is not a 2022 release. It's the Lowe's Halloween 2 Michael Myers animatronic that was the 2022 release, but that too was a re-release from a previously released animatronic. The fact is, this year got crazy in the animatronics department. Crazy in a way that only Michael Myers in this franchise can get. Because if you'll remember, if you were following all of our coverage, there were not one, but two officially licensed Halloween 2 Michael Myers life-size animatronics available for purchase at two competing retail stores, in-person brick-and-mortar stores. They were out there everywhere. At Lowe's, one from Jemmy, at Party City, or their Halloween stores, Halloween City. This one we're talking about. Now, I'd be plugging Lowe's one as well, not trying to play favorites here, but they're sold out right now, not surprisingly. But I will plug this Party City one because this is the one that we actually own. If you'll remember, we purchased one last year and did a whole unboxing. There was a whole big drama thing about it, but turned out awesome. I really like it. I like it a little bit more than the other one, if I'm going to be honest. And it is, as of right now, in stock online at partycity.com. If you're still on the fence, I mean, this is what I'd be asking Santa for if I didn't own it already. He's pretty awesome. It doesn't play the theme music. He breathes, though, which I like the breathing. And it plays like this kind of generic music in the background, but it's not the generic elevator version of... It's not even a version of the Halloween soundtrack, but I like the music that this one plays a lot more than that whatever the Jemmy one plays, which tries to sound like the Halloween theme, but really it doesn't. This one doesn't really try to sound like that theme. It's just kind of some moody, almost like heartbeats going on behind the breathing, which I like a lot more. But as you can see right here, if you order it right now, you can get it by next Michael Myers Monday, December 19th. And then one more item I just want to mention. I mean, I have not found this in person. I think this is going to be one of the more sought after items for collectors. I'm sure Patrick probably already has about 5 of them right now, but I am talking about the brand new Funko Walmart exclusive Michael Myers. Here you can see he comes with the he's orange colored, like the orange VHS case of the '78 film. So it's a very odd looking Michael Myers. And I have not found him for cheaper than this listing, which would not arrive by Christmas, because he is very hard to get a hold of right this minute. But you guys let me know down in the comments or here in the live chat if you've gotten a hold of this guy, if you found one at your local Walmart by chance, because that's the way to do it. Then you're going to get it at a much more reasonable price than this $83. But there he is on display. But I'm going to have it. And he glows in the dark as well. So there you go. Some stuff to ask Santa Claus for, and or more importantly, it's all about the giving, right? So some stuff to get the person that loves Michael Myers in your life that you love. There you go. Patrick. Oh, just one of the Walmart Funkos. Yeah, they take up so much room. Yes, the Funkos do, especially that one because it's got the bigger display, the bigger package, and all. I figured you would have had at least 2, but okay. So just one on this one. I hear you. Yeah, that's going to be your next challenge. What to do when you run out of room. Okay. Lee Bowers has checked in. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. I finally got the boots Michael wears in Kills and Wolverine floor-hand steel toe waterproof. Well, it sounds like Halloween or Christmas, excuse me, has already come for you. Christmas, Halloween, Halloween is Christmas for us, right? Yeah, so apologies if at any point during this or at any time I said the word Halloween meaning the word Christmas, because, when I think of holidays, there's really only one. In any case, that's awesome, man. You got the boots. That's awesome. Rob says, gotta have a Chia Pet trick to pick of. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the Chia Pet. And then maybe we can have that here where the mask is, and you guys can watch it grow over the weeks, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Phil loves that pillow. Awesome. Rob says the head on the pillow is too big even for a pillow. Lee's gonna be Santa Michael. Yes. I've done the Santa Myers thing before. We've done that. Yeah, there's actually I right before we went live tonight, I put a photo from years ago that it's my son and I when he was like little, and he's wearing like the young Michael Myers clown mask from Rob Zombie's film and a Kiss t-shirt, and I'm wearing I think it's a H2 mask and a Santa hat. So it's like our version of a Santa Myers. You can check that out in the communities tab. But yeah, hell yeah, Santa Michael, Santa Myers, I love it. Michael Claus. All right. So that does it for our holiday gift recommendations roundup, Michael Myers edition 2022. I know some of you probably own all of those things, but maybe somebody else that you care about and you're looking for a last minute gift idea. There you go. There's some stuff you can order for other people that are like-minded like us. Which are, the coolest people on your gift getting list, right? Lee got the new H2N6 figures as well. Look amazing. Wow. Hell yes. Yeah, would love to see the figures. Be sure to share some photos. Tag us on Instagram or wherever you're posting some photos. I'd love to see them. Can't believe it's already after midnight. We didn't even have any news, so to speak, to talk about tonight, and yet here we are. You guys just get me talking, get me going, and then here we are. It's pretty crazy. All right, what we're gonna do right now, before I get distracted and it gets any later, that does it for the news. That does it for our Halloween holiday gift guide. So you can find links to all that good stuff down below, and look for my interview with Michelle Dawson, aka Nurse Deb, dropping this Wednesday. The full interview. It's about an hour, a little bit less than an hour long. Now we're going to do some Triple M shoutouts. You guys know, for the last decade, we've been doing the Michael Myers Monday hashtag every single week on all the social medias, and it's taken on a life of its own. And so this week, we're going to look at a couple memes that popped up and a couple holiday-themed posts, and we'll see what else we got. Maybe a friend of ours or two mixed in there as well. So let's start here on Twitter right now. This one was posted by Shaynerd at FinalDude78. Says, hope the boogeyman didn't creep up on you this Michael Myers Monday. And this is exactly what I'm talking about how the hashtag and the idea of Michael Myers Monday has taken on a life of its own and really has different meanings for different people depending on how they're feeling that week. Sometimes Monday is Michael Myers, how Monday creeps up on you every weekend, as this says. Now, sometimes other people take it as they are Michael Myers attacking Monday and attacking the week the way he attacks. But in this case, Michael is Monday, creeping up on you every damn weekend. Thank you, Shaynerd at Final Dude 78. Another one from Twitter today. This one comes from Christine McCanska at Christine McCann. Says, happy Michael Myers Monday a little early, and was kind enough to tag us on this post, which was originally posted a few days ago by Dre18337473. And here you can see it's Freddy asking Michael Myers, you hang up Christmas decorations yet? Michael says, yep, and there you go. Another variation on the is it too early to hang up Halloween decorations that we see used a lot. We see the Michael kill and admiring his Michael admiring his Bob kill used a lot in the memes about hanging up Halloween decorations, and here it is for Christmas decorations. But I thought that was especially fitting given what day it is, the time of year it is, and Michelle's interview where we were talking about the Bob kill and her homage to the Bob kill. So there you go. Try to keep it all thematically connected here on Triple M. It's all connected. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? All right. It improves rewatchability. Rewatch it, and you'll see all the hidden clues and Easter eggs. Another one from Twitter. This is from Connie Satterfield at Connie Jojo 2. A simple hashtag Michael Myers Monday. And I dig this because, again, the day it is, the time of year it is, and I can relate with this sentiment. Is it Halloween yet? That, of course, an artistic rendition of that great scene of Eddie Munson in Stranger Things 4 this summer. And one more from Twitter. This one comes from, we were just talking about him. What do you know? This comes from Paul Brad Logan, our buddy, the great author of the Halloween Ends novelization, co-writer of the Halloween Ends script. He tweeted earlier today, might I suggest the Halloween Ends novelization for the Michael Myers in your life this holiday season, available in many places, and he shares a penguinrandomhouse.com link and even uses our beloved Michael Myers Monday hashtag. Gotta love that. Gotta love Paul. Great minds think alike. I didn't know he was going to tweet that when I knew that we were going to do this gift guide, and I knew that one of the top items on our gift guide was going to be that novelization that I've been reading, and I read a little bit more of earlier today, as a matter of fact, and then I see that Paul actually posted that tweet today. Pretty damn awesome. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you, Paul Brad Logan. And once again, it's all connected. Let's move over to Instagram right now. This one comes from our friend at Michael Myers Legacy 1957. Always posting every week for Michael Myers Monday. Always tagging us, sharing. Good friend. Love everything they do. Love their support. I don't think they're watching live this evening. They said they weren't going to be able to make it tonight, but they'll be watching on the replay, I know. So, hope you feel better. And thank you for this post of the great Tyler Main, adding even the text in down at the bottom for a happy Michael Myers Monday. And they say it's best day ever. Hashtag best day ever. I can't argue with that. Another one from Instagram. Speaking of friends, this is from That Halloween Movie Collector on Instagram, also known here in our own live chat as one of our Halloween Daily Club channel members, the collector extraordinaire, Patrick Ring. He says everyone's entitled to one good Christmas. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Your timing could not be better, sir. And this is an impressive display. If you gotta put up a Christmas tree, this is how to do it. Surround it by Michael Myers masks and have your Michael Myers life-size cardboard cutout standing guard with Santa hat, of course. And yeah, I see tower of those. I see a tower of those Funkos you're talking about in the background there. Awesome as always, Patrick. Thank you for sharing. And one more today from Instagram. This one comes from our friend, the great Tyler Main. Shares an awesome edit of a classic candid photo. He says, Happy Michael Myers Monday and commence holiday music. I'm rocking out to my buddy George Lynch's album Orchestral Mayhem. What about you? And then he goes on to ask for cookie suggestions. Always great to see Tyler Main posting on Michael Myers Monday. Of all the Michael Myers actors, I think he gives our beloved hashtag the most love on a week-to-week basis, and we love him for that. Thank you, Tyler. Merry Christmas to you, and of course, a very Merry Michael Myers Monday. All right, guys, use the hashtag every week. Tag us, even if we're not here doing the live stream on those rare occasions, those rare weeks when we're not here live here on YouTube. We are here live on the social sphere that is Michael Myers Monday. So use that hashtag. Feel free to tag us, whether you're on Instagram or Twitter or the Slasher app or TikTok or wherever. Let's get it going on TikTok too. Maybe I'll start sharing some Michael Myers Monday TikTok shoutouts. Maybe that'll be a new for 23 addition to our weekly shoutouts montage. And good old Facebook as well. So let me know in the comments down below what you're asking Santa for. If you're celebrating all of this craziness. If not, I don't blame you. If I could get away from Christmas, then I would myself. But, can't really do that in my life, unfortunately. But we make the most of it and make it as Halloween-esque as possible. Is that the way to say it? As Halloween-esque. There we go. That's what I was... Yeah, as Halloween-esque as possible. You know what I mean? Lots of Nightmare Before Christmas imagery, in other words. David Suber loves some George Lynch. Hell yes. I do too, man. Dokken? Are you kidding? Dokken's got some rockin' Christmas covers as well, by the way. Speaking of which, it's all connected, see? I love George Lynch too. He's a badass guitar player. Patrick, anytime, man. Let me see here. Lee Bowers is just waiting on H2O Resurrection and Kills Tots figures around February next year. Yep, they'll be coming. Share photos, man. I want to see those figures. I have not seen all of the newest Tots figures, but if you got photos, feel free to tag us on your socials or just send them to us. You can use the contact or DM us over on IG. Let's see. One more run up the live chat room. Yeah, Lee, send me that message on IG. That'll work. I'll check it as soon as we're done here. I want to see, man. Rob picked up a Ghosts That Are Pirates, and it plays the whole Halloween theme. It's got to be from early 80s. Very cool. Wow, that's pretty interesting. I have never seen that. Ghosts That Are Pirates, and it plays the Halloween theme. That is cool. Yeah, I do have some merch that plays the Halloween theme, but it's not otherwise Halloween related. I got a few items. One of the classic ones were the skull string lights. Like, it's great we're getting Michael Myers string lights now, and they play the theme and stuff. And it's little Michael heads. That's cool. And a few years ago, we got ones with pumpkin heads, and they played the... But I've got a strain or two from a few years back. You guys tell me if any of you remember this walk down memory lane of skull strands of Halloween lights that played the Halloween theme, John Carpenter's theme. But they were skulls, not jack-o'-lanterns, and definitely not Michael heads. Just kind of interesting. Another item I've got, I might have talked about this before at some point over the last 2 years doing these Triple M's. I'm sure I have. Sometime I'll bring it down here and show you guys. But I've got one of the little sidestepper figures, right? But it's not Michael Myers. But it does play the Michael Myers theme. But interestingly, what the figure is, it's really got nothing to do with Michael Myers other than it's supposed to be like a slasher, I guess. But he's not dressed like Michael. If anything, he's dressed more like Jason. In fact, he's wearing a hockey mask. I'll bring it. It's like a felt hockey mask he's wearing. And he's holding maybe a kitchen knife, maybe a machete. I don't remember. But he's not wearing a jumpsuit. It's like these almost like farmer coveralls. Not really right for Jason either in that department. But the mask is definitely more Jason. The music is 100% Myers. Is a weird, bizarre collectible that I, of course, instantly was like, oh, I gotta own that. And so, yeah, you guys remind me. I'll try to remember to bring that maybe in one of the early shows next month. It's upstairs on display. Otherwise, I can just grab it right now just to show you what I'm talking about. It's so weird and different, but it's, I'm always a champion for the weirdos and the outcasts and the underdogs. So, of course, something so odd like that. I love it. I think I got it, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure I got it from Kmart. Our local Kmart here in Coteville Hills, which is no longer in existence, because I don't think any Kmarts are in existence anymore. Ours might have been the last one. Soon to be a Target, though. So, yeah, looking forward to Halloween hunting at our new Target store. All right, it's about that time where I'm rambling, getting off subject. In any case, I can't believe we've been on here almost 2 hours with next to nothing to talk about news-wise. But I guess 3 weeks, I got plenty of Myers stuff to talk about built up no matter what. So in any case, thanks for hanging out and listening to me ramble, guys. There'd be no show here if you guys weren't participating and watching. If I don't see you before Christmas, before the holidays, if you're celebrating any of that madness, again, have a good one. I hope you have a good one. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your shit. Be patient with the annoying parts of the holidays. And just know that, hey, in 2 weeks, we're that much closer to the greatest season of the year, which is, of course, our season. Most immediately, though, plan on checking out my full interview with Michelle Dawson of Halloween Ends this Wednesday, December 14th. And look for our next live stream. Well, most likely, you never know. I mean, breaking news is breaking news. We'll be here to break it down live if and when there's huge breaking news. But the next planned live stream at this stage that I think is going to be happening in the next couple of days will be that live trailer breakdown and discussion for the new Scream 6 trailer. Ghostface, New York City, on Halloween night. Bring it. All right. Subscribe, like, notifications, drop a comment down below, drop a jack-o'-lantern down below, hit that share button too. That's another big one. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, spread the word, use the hashtag, celebrate Halloween every day, even on December 25th, because every day is Halloween, and you guys know it. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Thanks for joining me so much. It's been an awesome year. I'll go ahead and say that. But like I always say in the interviews and in real life, I hate goodbye. So this ain't goodbye. This is just see you in a few days, guys. All right. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Thank you all so much for tuning in every week like you do all year. You're amazing. You're the best. You guys rock. And I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. thank you for watching, and happy Michael Myers Monday.